Every time you scroll your phone, pause on a video, or tap the screen, something invisible happens. A silent exchange takes place, one that operates just beneath the surface of your awareness. It's a transaction so seamless, so integrated into our daily digital rituals, that it goes completely unnoticed. You are not consciously buying anything. You are not signing a contract. Yet, with every flicker of your eyes, with every moment of engagement, a currency is being spent. This currency is your focus, your cognitive energy, your time. And while you spend it freely without a second thought on the other side of the screen, it is being meticulously collected, bundled, and sold. This process repeats itself billions of times every minute across the globe, powering a vast and hidden marketplace. In this marketplace, someone is making money, not from a product you can hold, not from a service you explicitly request, but from the raw material of your attention. Think of it as a new form of mining. But instead of digging into the earth for precious metals, corporations are digging into our consciousness. They are extracting moments of our lives, slivers of our awareness, and converting them into profit. The platforms we use every day, the social networks, the video sites, the news aggregators, are the sophisticated machinery designed for this extraction. Their primary function is not to connect us or to entertain us. That is merely the bait. Their primary function is to capture and hold our focus for as long as possible, because in this new economy, human attention is the ultimate commodity. You never see the transaction. You never approve it. Yet it happens every second of every day you are connected. There is no digital cash register, no itemized receipt. The exchange is frictionless, designed to be imperceptible. It is woven into the very fabric of the free services we have come to rely on. We believe we are the beneficiaries of a generous digital age, receiving endless content at no cost. But the old adage holds true. If you are not paying for the product, you are the product. This silent agreement was made on our behalf, without our full comprehension, the moment we clicked accept on the terms and conditions. We traded our most finite resource, our attention, for access. And now, that trade defines the digital landscape. Welcome to the invisible economy. It is an entire world of commerce operating in parallel to our own, built on the foundation of our collective focus. It has its own rules, its own currencies, and its own titans of industry. But unlike the traditional economy, its mechanisms are deliberately obscured. Its goal is to influence our behavior while remaining just outside our field of vision. Understanding this economy is the first step toward reclaiming control over our own minds. To understand its power, we must look to the past. For centuries, wealth came from tangible assets. It came from land, the foundation of agriculture and society. Then, it came from precious metals like gold, a universal standard of value. In the industrial age, wealth flowed from oil, the black gold that powered our machines and built our modern cities. These resources were physical, finite, and their control shaped empires and defined global power. The pursuit of these assets drove exploration, innovation, and conflict. The world was carved up based on who owned what lay on or beneath the ground. Today, the most valuable resource is not money. It is not a physical commodity you can lock in a vault. The new oil, the new gold, is something you produce effortlessly, every waking moment. It is attention. Unlike oil or gold, this resource is renewable, generated within the human mind. And in a world saturated with information, where content is infinite, the only truly scarce commodity is the human capacity to pay attention to it. This scarcity is what gives it immense value. The wealthiest corporations of the 21st century are not those who control physical resources, but those who have mastered the art and science of capturing and directing human focus. They understand that if you can control what people pay attention to, you can influence what they think, what they desire, and how they behave. Social media platforms do not sell videos. They do not sell posts. They sell human focus. The content is simply the bait, the free sample designed to draw you in. The real business is happening behind the scenes. These companies are brokers of consciousness. They package your attention, your interests, your desires, your time, and sell it to the highest bidder. In this model, you are not the customer, you are the product. More accurately, you are the raw material from which the product is made. Your behaviors, your clicks, your likes, and your shares are harvested and refined into predictable models of human behavior that can be sold to advertisers. The customer is the advertiser who pays the platform for access to your mind. This fundamental inversion of the classic business model is the engine of the invisible economy. Every second you stay online is carefully measured, cataloged, and analyzed. The system is a tireless observer, recording your digital footprint with astonishing precision. It is a level of surveillance that, if implemented by a government, would be decried as authoritarian. Yet, we have willingly invited it into our lives in exchange for convenience and connection. The algorithms track how long you watch a particular video, down to the millisecond. They know how fast you scroll through your feed, and more importantly, where you stop. That pause, that momentary flicker of interest, is a powerful signal. It tells the system what has successfully captured your attention, and it immediately begins searching for more of the same. Even when you hesitate, the system notices. A cursor that hovers over a link without clicking, a video replayed, a profile visited. These are not meaningless actions. They are data points. Each one is a clue into your subconscious preferences, your curiosities, and your vulnerabilities. The system learns not just what you actively choose, but what you passively consider. It is building a map of your mind. All this data builds a psychological profile, a digital doppelganger of you. This profile is far more detailed than anything you have consciously shared. It contains thousands of data points, your inferred political leanings, your personality type, your relationship status, your emotional state, and your susceptibility to persuasion. It is a predictive model of you, constantly being updated in real time. Through this model, the system learns what excites you, what angers you, what makes you feel envious or validated or afraid. It learns what keeps you watching. It identifies your emotional triggers, not to help you, but to better capture and hold your attention. The goal is to find the perfect sequence of content that will keep your eyes glued to the screen for 1 more minute, 1 more hour. Behind every video you see, a silent auction takes place. In the fraction of a second it takes for a web page to load, an automated bidding war is fought for the right to place an advertisement in front of your eyes. Your digital profile, that complex model of your psyche, is presented to a marketplace of advertisers. Advertisers compete for a few seconds of your attention. They bid based on how likely you are to be influenced by their message. A user who has been identified as interested in fitness and likely to make an online purchase is far more valuable than an anonymous user. The winning bidder gets to insert their message seamlessly into your content stream. This happens in milliseconds, faster than conscious thought. Before you are even aware of what you are about to see, a complex economic transaction has determined which version of reality you will be shown. You are not just seeing content. You are seeing the result of a high-speed auction for your mind. In this auction, not all attention is created equal. The more emotional the content, the more valuable your attention becomes. Emotion, particularly strong emotion like anger or outrage, is a powerful hook. It bypasses rational thought and demands an immediate cognitive response. The algorithms have learned this. They have learned that emotionally charged content leads to more engagement, more clicks, more shares, more comments. That is why outrage spreads faster than truth. Truth is often nuanced, complex, and requires cognitive effort. Outrage is simple, visceral, and requires only a reaction. In an economy that rewards pure engagement time above all else, outrage is a more profitable commodity than truth. The system, without any malicious intent, naturally prioritizes content that divides and provokes, because that is what is most effective at capturing attention. This is not accidental. It is engineered. The platforms we use are designed by thousands of the brightest minds in the world, whose sole objective is to maximize the time you spend on their service. This field is called persuasive technology, and it uses principles of psychology and neuroscience to make products more engaging and ultimately more addictive. Infinite scroll, autoplay, notifications. These are not neutral features designed for our convenience. Infinite scroll eliminates any natural stopping point, mimicking the addictive mechanism of a slot machine. Autoplay removes the need to make a conscious choice, keeping you passive and consuming. Push notifications interrupt your life, creating a fear of missing out and pulling you back to the platform. These are not features. They are psychological traps. They are designed to exploit predictable vulnerabilities in human psychology. The variable reward schedule of new content triggers dopamine releases in the brain, the same neurochemical involved in addiction to gambling and drugs. We are being conditioned like Pavlov's dogs to respond to digital bells and whistles. The longer you stay, the more data you provide. The more data you provide, the more accurate your psychological profile becomes. The more accurate your profile, the more valuable your attention is to advertisers. The longer you stay, the more profitable you become. It is a feedback loop that benefits the platform, but at a significant and often hidden cost to the user. But there is a cost, a profound one. This constant harvesting of our attention is not a benign process. It is an extraction that leaves us depleted. We are trading our most precious, non-renewable resource for a stream of ephemeral digital content. And the bill for this transaction is coming due. As platforms grow richer, human focus grows weaker. Our ability to concentrate on a single task for an extended period is eroding. We are being trained to crave constant novelty, to switch tasks every few seconds, to exist in a state of perpetual distraction. The very architecture of our minds is being rewired. Attention spans shrink. Deep thinking disappears. The kind of focused, contemplative thought required for creativity, critical analysis, and genuine problem-solving becomes increasingly difficult in an environment of constant interruption. We are losing the ability to be alone with our own thoughts, to be bored, a state that is often the precursor to insight and innovation. People feel busy, but accomplish less. We live in a state of continuous partial attention, constantly scanning for the next stimulus, but never fully engaging with anything. This creates a persistent feeling of anxiety and overwhelm, a sense that we are always behind, always missing something. We are caught in a cycle of digital busywork that gives the illusion of productivity, while our true goals remain untouched. In the future, attention will be measured like money. It may become a formal currency, with personal attention budgets that we spend, save, or invest. The ability to command and hold the attention of others will be the ultimate status symbol, a direct measure of influence and importance in a world drowning in information. In such a world, those who control the platforms of attention will control the levers of power. They will have the ability to shape public opinion, manufacture consent, and direct the flow of society on a scale never before seen in human history. The battle for the future will be fought on the terrain of human consciousness. This does not mean technology is evil. The tools themselves are neutral. A smartphone can be a gateway to infinite knowledge or a portal to infinite distraction. The internet can foster genuine connection or sow division and isolation. The problem is not the technology, but the business model that currently drives it. A model based on extraction and exploitation. It means attention must be used consciously. It must be treated as the valuable, finite resource it is. This requires a shift in mindset from being a passive consumer to an active, intentional user. It means building digital habits that serve your goals, not the goals of a platform. It means curating your information diet as carefully as you would your nutritional diet. You do not need to quit screens entirely. You only need to stop giving your attention away for free. You must recognize its value and begin to ask what you are getting in return for this precious currency. Is this scroll, this video, this argument, a worthy investment of your limited focus? Because in the modern world, attention is the real currency. Once you understand this, you regain your agency. You are no longer a passive product being sold, but an investor making a choice. You can choose where to spend